Hello everyone, Golden Era Gaming here. I'm going to be giving you my review of Fastlane. I will be rating all of the matches on a scale from 1 through 5, and then I will add up all of those ratings and divide it by 7 because there were 7 matches on this card. I do ask for you to understand that it's simply my opinion and that I've been a wrestling fan for quite some time, so I use that in judging what I do believe and what I don't believe was a great match. So anyway, let's get started. Kalisto versus Del Rio, I would rate 3.75. Thought it was a great match. I originally wanted to rate it a 4 stars out of 5. There was a lot of really good looking spots. There was a lot of moments that I thought looked cool. And there was a lot of spots that I thought looked painful. So, I'm going to give that a good 3.75. Usually, if a match can make me lose my sense of reality, I rate it highly because pro wrestling is fake. Cat's out of the bag. Sorry if you didn't already know, pro wrestling is fake. And if well, it's not fake. It's choreographed. It's scripted. Pro wrestling is scripted. And if I can forget that for a second, that they're working together, then I usually rate you pretty highly. So I think Kalisto and Del Rio did um, make me forget on a couple of moments. That's what I call spots. So when I say that there were spots in the match that I like, that's what I mean. So yeah, I'd give it a 3.75. I would have given it a 4, but near the end of the match, I heard Kalisto talk to Del Rio, and because I know Spanish, I was able to hear what they were talking about, and that took me out of the match. Had I not known Spanish, I wouldn't have known, and I think I would have stayed with the 4. But I do know Spanish, and it took me out of the match. Excuse me. So I gotta give it a 3.75 because of that. I had to take out 0.25 because that ending. Sorry, the sound is up my end. It's bothering me. That ending really took me out of the match. So yeah, 3.75. Then after that we had Sasha and Becky versus Naomi and Tamina, which I give 3 stars. There was just a couple of parts in the match that I didn't really like. I thought some parts looked bad. Some things that didn't look as clean as I would have liked, didn't look as crisp as I would have liked. Tamina did a clothesline that looked really bad. Like it just looked really bad. I think she caught Becky up here or something, and it didn't look good. I don't know. I didn't like it. Um, Luckily, Naomi came back and did a pretty sick clothesline on the outside, so that was good. I do feel that most of the entertaining moments in the match were done by Becky and Sasha, which makes sense because they're the faces. Um, but yeah, overall, I think it was a 3. I don't think it was too long. I doubt it was over 15 minutes. So overall, I give that a 3. Owens and Ziggler, I gave a 4. I thought that match had great moments. Really good stuff. Uh, it was a while ago, so I don't remember most of the moments, but I remember enjoying it. I think the super kicks were really nice. They were well paced. They made sense. Um, Ziggler hitting the DDT looked good. Uh, just a really solid match. Like there's really nothing I can say uh, too bad about it. Like I can't really say this looked bad or that looked bad because there wasn't really much that looked bad. I think maybe there was one spot that I thought looked a little, one moment that I was like, okay, that didn't look like it was legit. You know what I mean? And obviously, um, I'm talking about from a perspective of when you get your mind out of your head, when you're trying to believe it's real. If they do something to still mess it up, then they're doing a bad job, and I deduct points for that. But overall, I think it was really good. I'd give it a 4. It was a good match. I liked the way they didn't do the power bomb on the outside. Ziggler was afraid of it, so he like fought like hell to get away from it. I thought that was good. Um, then we had a Ryback, Big Show, and Kane versus the Wyatts. Horrible fucking match. Holy shit, that match was shit. It was shit. I did not enjoy it at all. Again, personal opinion. I would rate it a 0.5. Originally, I was going to rate it a 0.75. Now, if you're wondering, yes, that means I think this match is less than 1 point out of 5. It's less than 1 out of 5. It's less. It's 0.5. It's not even a whole point. Um, they just looked sloppy a lot of the times, and they were going really slow, which I understand because they're big men. But if you're going to be big men, you don't have to work that slow. You know what I mean? Like I've seen other big men that don't work that slow. Somebody like Undertaker is a great example. But they were working so damn slow. It was bad. It was bad. And then Ryback did a missile drop kick that looked horrible. And Eric Rowan did a Yakuza kick that looked really bad. It just looked really bad. And originally I was going to give it a 0.75, but Ryback did a Samoan drop that injured Eric Rowan. It looks like it injured him. Not Rowan, my bad. Harper. It looks like it injured Harper. Harper landed right on his shoulder. I can't I can't give that a 0.75 now. I have to lower 0.25 because he hurt someone. You're not supposed to hurt someone. At least if you're a professional, I don't think you should. Like I said, it's okay if you work a little, if you try to make it real and you maybe hit somebody a little harder than you're supposed to so that it hurts a bit, that's fine. But injuring somebody, like, no, you're not supposed to injure somebody because that's money that the company's losing. You know what I mean? Like, there's fans of Harper that are maybe not going to be able to see him now, and that's just money lost. So, zero point 0.5, I think that's messed up. You're not supposed to injure anybody. You're not supposed to legit hurt somebody. At least in my opinion. Then we had Bella versus Charlotte, which I think I gave. I want to say. I'm not sure what I gave that. I want to say 3. One second, let me see. I gave that a 3. I gave that a 3 stars. Um, it was on for 15 minutes. I timed it approximately 15 minutes, not exactly, but it was a 15-minute match. Pretty good. There was they botched a lot. Brie botched a lot. And she looked like she was in legit pain, so I give her credit if that was acting or if she was just in legit pain, if Charlotte was just legit beating the hell out of her. So that's why I gave it a 3 because it looked like it hurt. Like if you look at Brie's chest, she was red from the chops. But there was a lot of botches. There was a lot of spots in that match. A botch is when you do a move and it doesn't look good. That's what a botch is. Like, she went for a small package and just completely messed it up. Like it didn't look like the small package at all. I'm used to seeing that roll up, and it didn't look like the right move. Like usually, the right leg is hooked under let's see, their left leg or whatever, and you use your right hand to hook their right leg, and she didn't hook like any of the legs at all, and like it looked bad. And usually like their head is by your abdominal area, and she like at the end of the move she was just completely over her. Like it didn't make sense. There was a lot of botches that were just bad. So yeah, that roll up looked really bad. I'd have to give it like a 3 for that match. The Dean Brock Reigns match, I gave it a 4. I mean, that's a match where you can't really say there was many botches. Because there wasn't any. It was smooth. It looked like a real fight. It was crisp, and they worked a fast pace. The reason I rated it a 4 is because Brock laid down for most of the match. He was powerbound through 2 tables, so it's understandable that he would lay there for no reason, but it really took away from it, in my opinion. I think the story was great. I think they got it across well. It just, once Brock was through the tables, it was very formulaic for my taste. They didn't do anything new. It was just Ambrose versus Reigns. They were just going through the motions. You know what I mean? It felt a little phoned in. But yeah, I'd say it was a 4. And then the highest rated match of the night, in my opinion, was AJ Styles versus Chris Jericho, which I gave a 4.5. They also had a lot of mistakes in their match. There was some spots in that match that did not look as clean as I would have liked them to look, from a fan standpoint. But I feel that every time they made a mistake, they came back and did something mind blowing. You know, the number of times AJ's head was upside down and like this close to the floor, it is mind blowing. He almost There was a lot of parts in that match where had they messed up, he would have gotten a broken neck, and the same goes for Jericho. There was a lot of spots like that. Luckily, they trust each other and they were able to do the match well without killing one another. But that's why I would rate it a 4.5. I think there was enough spots that gave me the shock value that entertained me. There was a lot of beautiful spots too, where if you were to take a screenshot of it, it would look like legit art. It would be poetry in motion. You know what I mean? It would look it would be a feat of human achievement, if that makes sense. But certain matches can do that, and I feel that there was certain moments in this match. I don't think that this is one. I mean, I didn't rate it a 5, but it's a 4.5. It had moments that were really great. Um, when AJ balanced on the third rope, I thought that was great. Mind blowing, even like I know myself, and had I been balancing on the third rope like that, I would have fallen. Like, I would have just fallen, and I would have probably cracked my head open. So seeing AJ do it is phenomenal. No pun intended, but pun totally intended. So yeah, I'd give that a 4.5, and overall, I believe the match got a 3.25. Excuse me. For those of you, what the hell was that? For those of you that watch my prediction series, which I'm going to call it that now, I guess. Um, I only got Reigns wrong, I think, because Reigns won and I had Brock winning. Oh yeah, and I also got the Wyatts wrong. I had the Wyatts winning. The Wyatts did not win. I didn't know Bray wasn't going to be in the match. That changes everything. But hey, what are you going to do? 3.25 out of 5, which means it was a pretty good pay per view. Not that great. I hope you enjoyed my little rant. I hope it made sense because I'm just kind of talking shit. And I am going to provide links down below my face and body in the description. So down there in the description, if you click that little thing that says description, um, I'm going to provide links to matches that I consider 5-star matches. So you can see my bases when I say that a match was a 4.5 or I say that a match was a 3 or a 4 or whatever. And you could get accustomed to me doing this kind of stuff because I'll probably be doing every pay-per-view and NXT shows and maybe even the big New Japan shows since I watch them all anyway. Um, so yeah, overall pretty good show. If you don't read Dave Meltzer, I suggest you read Meltzer. It's where I got an understanding of what should be considered a good match and what isn't. So yeah, that's my rating. Hope you all enjoyed it. Be for victory. Have a great night. Peace.